taking a good bet on there. All right, starting game 1 on Town and City. I actually kind of like this pick for both of them because PS2 is so good for both of them to get a lot of easy free resets.
Yeah, but you saw that dash back. I'm sorry. He did dash back to bait out Mr. E's jab and just combo him and still going off it with 113%.
Who in the hell needs any type of platforms when you just get the cruise the way that Light is doing right now through that first stock, only taking 10%, answering straight right away into this first game. And he's just continuing another down tilt, double back here in the up.
Into up smash. That was the word you're looking for? Because goddamn.
There may be a kitchen that's not being used, but Light is currently cooking. He is just running away with this first game here. Light, just really looking so comfortable.
He said there was good food in the area. Light's shuffling it up, man.
He is parried almost every time Mr. He has gotten down to the ground and he's trying to be a little bit aggressive to back him off. Light has been ready, and that's the thing when you have single hitboxes like that against somebody who's good at parries. If you're not timing it right, it's not like he's making a bad call. Light is just punishing him every time.
Yeah, we're in game 2, man.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, if I was a betting man, I think I'd have to go on that regard. I'm normally not one to call things out early, but if I'm Mr. E, start getting the data of what happened here as quick as possible. Start thinking ahead because that is a wrap.
Oh, my God.
3 stock. And, my God, just 3 stock right away, starting off top 24. You know, like we said, Mr. E may want it,
yeah,
but Light ain't trying to give it up.
No.
He's got a W, and he's also got a run back he needs to take on Mars, especially after Let's Make Moves big set.
Oh, yes.
And the way that, of course, Seed is set up, they would meet in finals. So currently everybody in the way of that, right now, Mr. E is one of them.
Yeah, and Mr. E just choosing to go back, believing the stage is not the problem. It's just his way of play. So I want to see an adaptation.
Yep, a big thing about when a match like that happens, sure, it was rough, but you need to put it in your back pocket as quick as possible.
Yeah.
If you don't clear your head, it's going to just derail for you right away again.
Yeah, just forget that game even happened. Just choose it like another game of Wi-Fi or another game in the rotation.
Mm-hmm. I like the fact that every time I watch a Lucina play against Light, I always remember back to Genesis when Proto led off with the dash cancel F tilt. Light doesn't fall for it anymore ever since what happened to him in that set. And for good reason, but he just ripped his jump too. He's forced to go to actually. Never mind, excuse me.
Mr. E doesn't jump.
Trying to go for a double jab fake out, but Mr. E seeing through it.
Okay, and getting the fast phone there into up smash, the classic.
Yeah, he's really just he had the right call there, but
just
didn't get anything out of it. Big thing I'm noticing with Mr. E is that he's trying really hard to get these anti-airs. Because obviously you got to shut down the nairs, but he just Light has been playing around it in just the perfect range. If he can slow it down a bit more, kind of maybe stutter step back and play around the nair range, he might be able to get some bigger punishes off of Light. We'll see.
We're also seeing nice up off show, but we're also seeing some now parries out of Mr. E.
Mm-hmm.
So before we were just seeing game 1 Light parry everything Mr. E has. Mr. E saying, "Yo, I can parry too. This is a mechanic I know of." And Light, I love Light's use of the side B as a combo extender.
Also, just as a way to get those tech chases, I actually heavily agree with that because what did you get out of that if you're Mr. E? You only got a back throw versus maybe an F smash.
Yeah. Big advantage, it kept him in disadvantage. But other than that, Light got out that situation for free, but for whatever reason, he just got back out. Oh my God.
Yeah, just barely messing that check chase there. Luckily for Mr. E, he's so talented at holding his ledge trap, so he's going to just barely sneak by, and he tried to go down digging for a back air, but Mr. E is going to get the Dolphin Slash instead. And look at his first lead of the set.
Yeah. Oh, I thought we were just going to get back throw, but down throw trying to get the combo throw. And catching his jump with that F tilt. Mr. E's getting momentum right now.
Yeah, he's doing a bit more of what we were pointing out before. Yeah, that right there, that's a Light classic. He runs up at you, waits for you to react with that back, the back roll, and then punishes the out smash. So consistent at that. But again, with Mr. E, he's really, when he finds his openings, he's getting a lot more damage, but when he realizes that Light's going to jump down at him, he's being a little bit more patient about it. That might kill. That's going to be game number 2 going to Mr. E.
Yeah. We're in the run back.
Quite the answer from game 1.
Yeah, he definitely said the stage wasn't a problem. It was my play.
Yeah, that was definitely looking as painful as you possibly can get for Mr. E in the game 1. But like we said, if you can...
look at him look at the camera. Mr. E was just looking at the cameras like, yo.
Trying to catch a reflection real quick?
Yeah, he's like...
Does this reflection show who he is inside?
Yeah, it shows the mystery of mystery.
All right, so we're getting into game number 3. Light versus I was about to say mystery, damn it. That was a really good game coming in for Mr. E on game number 2. We're going to go to PS2 now, where it seems like Light is not a fan of any more, like not having those platforms.
Yeah, and we now starting to see the lasers more come out from Light.
Also, Mr. E doing a much better job of getting these anti-airs where Light was running away free with a lot of them. That was such a good run-up parry. They only got 28% of it because he couldn't follow up with the tech chase, but definitely shut down what Mr. E had going.
Okay, doing the drill poke shield. And what I've noticed is every time Mystery lands on Light, Light's ready to parry. So Mystery should just either delay the timing of his attack or just not throw out attack at all.
Exactly. Like when you start seeing that somebody's got your timing down, you need to slow it down a bit. Like normally you don't want to slow down against Light, but here's the other thing. Good punish. He got the tech as quick as possible. But yeah, like if you start recognizing that they're ready to avoid your parry timing, then start tomahawk in front of them or start going for more throws. Let's see if Light can continue to adjust like that. Mr. E going for the early edge guard attempt, trying to get a roll as well. These Dolphin Slash is really putting in work. Yeah,
he's definitely treating it like, basically like Ryu. The second Light does something on him, he's DPing him.
Yeah, if they're there and you got the ability to just back them off, especially with a fast out of shield option like Dolphin Slash, don't do it too much.
Like frame 3? It's ridiculous, man. He's
a kill option at that
This was the first game in Watch.
Nah, let's not talk about that right now.
Oh, that's my guy. The games you watch.
That was very well played. He kind of almost baited like he would go for a downer instead, so Light went and hugged the wall. And as soon as he did that, he was able to get that counter.
And what's so good about the counter, he did it reverse. So the counter could have sent him towards the stage, and Light had the option to attack. But instead, he reversed it and sent him to the blast zone.
That was a good fade back right there, too. He realized that after he did the first hit, Light was probably going to look for the up tilt. Now, he's missed a couple Dolphin Slashes, kind of costing him a bit of a percent.
Yeah, and Light's now scouting it out.
I love this. I love when you see this out of like high-level players. Once you get to a point where they start adjusting to all these quick punishes, like Mr. E has been getting a lot of success, get a free punish there off of that down smash, and also a conversion coming in from Light, bringing it back.
Yeah,
70% ain't that hard.
Yeah, it definitely is. It's one nair combo from what we've seen from him before. Oh, getting the nair one.
He was looking for a fair there to get the parry into down tilt, but instead switching it up to that nair that threw off the timing just a bit.
Yeah, okay. And now just, Light just standing there.
Aggressive with that rising fair, not getting hit by the nair as well. Light is playing with fire at the ledge, just barely missed that. I think the animation of the the shield breaker actually caused that throw to miss.
The little fade back, she had like a little follow through, and she's like, nah. Okay, Mystery in disadvantage, and that miss was so important. And Mystery taking game 2.
Hey, you know, there was a couple times where Light just barely missed the punish because Mystery was able to get down, get the spot dodge in, or the animation of the shield breaker getting him off. That helped him so much, and Light had to be forced to kind of go in a little bit more to go for that kill.
Yeah.
And now Mr. E taking a 2-1 lead.
Yeah, it's just like situations where you're not like familiar with, and those little micro spacings is what kills you. It's what's so key in like any fighting game or any game in general. It's the little details that just puts the like top players from like the smaller players. Yeah. And it can cost you the match right here, as we saw with Light losing that set.
Another big thing too that we see out of high-level players compared to the average is that if you are not constantly changing up your approach tools, your neutral game, your kill options, you're not going to succeed in a best of 5 in particular, let alone maybe a best of 3. What we were seeing between these two, game 1 started off with a very aggressive approach from Light. Mr. E realized, okay, he's kind of steamrolling me with these nairs. Let me slow it down a bit. Let me anti-air more. He has taken the lead, and ever since, he's been able to really shut down a lot of what Light's been going for.
Yeah. What do we call it here? You can't be a one-trick pony. Thanks, Salem.
Ah, God damn it. All right, so getting into game number 4, we got Mr. E and Light running it right back to PS2. I'm pretty sure that Mr. E, because we're here at PS2, I think Mr. E did not give Light Kalos.
Yeah.
Like, usually Light always gets Kalos from people who just kind of let him go there, and it's a pretty good stage for both, but it's also one of, like, his historical best stages, so I think that's partly why we went away from it. Still PS2 being a great stage.
Yeah, there's nothing Lucina's truly benefits, but there's nothing Mr. E's benefiting from this situation right now.
Yeah, Mr. E looking at a 0 to 110% deficit, and then he gets him on the nair off the jump. Light sleeves as far as possible as they can go, and starting things off very much like game one, that time not going for the parry, faking him out again and then getting another parry afterwards. This is starting to look very similar to Shade's game one, but Mr. E finally getting a point.
Yeah, I thought he was not going to get a hit, man. I thought we were about to see a JV4, man.
That is so hard to pull off in this game. Oh, if he air dodged to the left, that would have been a dead fox, but Light not falling for that.
Yeah, and that's really ambitious of Mr. E, just trying to call it out preemptively.
Yep. What do you think has just been the big differences between this game and the last game? Because this is just looking so different how Mr. E looked in the last two games.
Yeah, so Mr. E got caught off guard with like a basic, well, not basic combo, but one of Light's combos, and he got put in disadvantage, and he just couldn't get out. And Light is just steamrolling him. Also, Light was playing a bit more passive, was shooting a bit more lasers, and now this game he's just opted not to. Okay, we have the stock right there, but 2-1. This is a pretty hefty comeback.
Yeah, that was a pretty good idea on his part, because if Mr. E goes for the low Firefox, maybe trying to throw off the timing, if he pulls it early, he gets back. But Mr. E decided, nope, I'm going to wait this whole time. I got plenty of time to wait here. So he's still looking at a 0 to 9, well, not anymore, but 94% on the last stock. Almost getting him with the frame trap there with the up smash. Mr. E able to get down.
Oh, just late. Rare miss by Light.
And Mr. E all of a sudden starting to bring this back. He's got the ledge trap. Just barely misses the fading back air that could have possibly taken a stock.
Yeah, I actually thought he was going to go for the F smash right there. That's what he normally likes to opt for as his kill choice.
Yeah, and he's doing what an amazing job from Mr. E here, gonna get the F tilt. Light looking at possibly loser's side here, trying to get himself in the top 8, but Mr. E trying to shut that down real quick.
Yeah, and great. Yeah,
there it is.
Getting caught by the nair because he tried basically whip punishing his anti-air. But we saw life from Mr. E. This was like a potential 3-stock, or like JV4.
Yeah, that was the fact that he was able to stop the bleeding mid-game, the way he was playing in game 2 and 3, that was very well played. I am very, very interested to see how this game 5 goes. Like I said, in recent history, it's been pretty much in Light's favor. We still have one more game to play, but the way that Mr. E has been playing so far in this set, you know Light's got to be he's probably going to be playing as safe as possible for at least a stock, just to throw off Mr. E's timing and then blitz, because he can't let Mr. E start to play the way he did in that last game.
Yeah, and Mr. E, I don't know. I think he's just, I think he might have just figured it out.
Mr. E's in the right headspace for sure.
Like, I think he might have cracked the light code with that game.
That's hard enough to do. Like, there's only so many players who can say that they've kind of learned. And he started off exactly how he expected. He went for a few lasers at the start, try and throw off Mr. E's timing, get him to approach, and then go in. And this is exactly the way we expected. Now he's getting the life lead.
Okay, doing the shield breaker just to push him back. Oh.
F smash. Oh, that is it. See, he's usually, like you said, usually he'll go for that there, especially after conditioning. After a couple games, but I think he's just respecting Mr. E so much at the ledge, deciding to hold on to it later.
Yeah, I think he also might just want to save it for a different time and manage to get the shield to up B. Oh,
what an amazing angle to get through that. Most people would have been dead right there. Not Light. Just
we call those the light angles.
I was a big fan of the way that Mr. E ledge traps. If he realizes he can't get too much off it, I'm just going to throw you back off stage, keep repeating it.
Yeah, just rinse and repeat. The kill will come to you eventually, and nair up smash.
Yeah, the kill eventually came to Light there. He decided to go back to center stage. That way he can get Mr. E to approach, because Mr. E was hanging out by the ledge. Like, I'm waiting for you, and I'm going to up tilt your approach. Good stall there from the Shine, because if he went any earlier, he would have had the tech.
Yeah, and I actually really like Mr. E's option Nice nair. But he opted to just ledge trap Light instead of just trying to go back off and edge guard him.
I like it, too, because he had went off a few times before, so he knew that Light was probably going to rise with that fair like he's done the past few times, but instead punishing him accordingly.
Okay, and nair into dash attack. And good job teching it right there, because a lot of people just miss that and just die.
Mr. E racking up this damage real quick, taking the jump away, but...
Okay, I'll smash, but he's living right there. 107, but he can't live another one of those.
Yeah, one more of those, and we're looking at, once again, another stock. Oh, he had the right call, but it's just a little bit too late on the trigger. It's kind of hard to react when they roll behind you after you already committed to going forward.
Yeah, you can't just change your direction that quick.
Oh, Mr. E had the right idea. He was actually waiting to go for that fadeaway back air, but because he was just a little bit too late, Light was able to punish him accordingly.
Yeah, just minor misspacings, but still keeping him in disadvantage. Oh, but the up tilt just missing. We've seen sparks fly.
Yeah, that was like just a few frames off for Mr. E taking another point. Now, meanwhile, Light getting 64%, racking it back up once again, but he was able to get off the platform to avoid the tech chase.
In the rising fair.
That gave him the ability to actually get back to stage, too, because otherwise that fair would have been waiting for him.
Up tilt and 94% on Mr. E.
I would not have this match end any other way. This set has been amazing so far. Game number 5, Mr. E fading down, and it's going to end up costing him.
I didn't want it to end
That
this
is
way.
not how I wanted that to end. Like,
any other way? You cursed
like,
it. You actually cursed
you are
it.
actually right.
You cursed it.
That was
Commentators curse at his finest.
That was such a good set. Unfortunately, it's going to go away to fadeaway air dodge, trying to grab the ledge so he can get away from the pressure that Light was putting on him, especially being at kill percent. You know the nair is coming, but unfortunately, instead, it's going to lead to an SD at the very end. Great set, comes to an end, and Light's going to be moving on into top 8. That was to get to top 8.
All right, top 8 winner's side, so he's now in winners semis.
Yeah,
let's see how the rest of the bracket will fill out. Mr. He's still in. That was winner's side, so I want to see him push through losers.
Yeah, besides that match that we just had, we also have, let's see, there is Mars.